We've got Sherine Tadros outside Cairo's police academy where the trial's taking place. Tell us about it, Sherine.
Yeah, a lot of drama in the last hour or so. After 40 minutes of the opening of the session, what happened was, according to state television, of course, as you know, we aren't seeing a live broadcast of this trial, but according to state television, what we're hearing is that someone inside the courtroom, we understand it was one of the lawyers, actually held up a picture of Hosni Mubarak. That really angered the people inside and also the lawyers for the prosecution. And what happened was there were scuffles between the lawyers, and we know this from our own source inside the courtroom, that those scuffles turned pretty nasty, some people hitting each other, and the police had to actually come inside the courtroom and separate the people. At that point, Ahmed Rifat, the presiding judge, decided that he was going to take a break, and the session is still in recess. Now, before that point, in the opening 40 minutes, when things were calmer, Farid Adib, who is the head defense lawyer for Hosni Mubarak and his sons, decided that he wanted more evidence to be submitted, evidence like the medical records of the 6,500 people who were injured during the revolution, as well as the 846 or so who were killed during the uprising. And this is something that Ahmed Rifat will be thinking about, certainly during this break time. When he comes out, we'll hear whether court will be adjourned or whether it will go as we thought it was going to go in the beginning of the day, which is that the witnesses were going to be called in.
And outside the courtroom, Sherine, I think we can run some pictures as well from earlier, because the last time I was talking to you, people running in front of the camera, riot police were on the go. Tell us about that.
Yes, it's been very tense, although we haven't seen anything like the scuffles that we saw when we were last on air and speaking to each other, Kamal. It was a pretty nasty scene out here. Basically what's happened is that the more the police act and respond with a heavy hand towards the protesters here who are throwing stones at them, the more angry the people become. So it's become the sort of cycle of violence. Every session a little bit more violent and a lot more animosity, not just between the pro and anti-Mubarak protesters who turn up here every session, but also now very much against the police and the army soldiers who are protecting the entrance into the police academy.
Sherine Tadros outside the Mubarak trial in Cairo. Thanks, Sherine.